Hello there, welcome back to Beauty Bee and welcome to my Pan Those Eyeshadows. Get ready with me for the month. Get ready with me using my Pan Those Eyeshadows. Can you tell I'm out of practice? I can tell just looking at the spread before me because I used to be really good about not necessarily putting away everything after I finished, but I definitely didn't let like non-beauty related junk just pile up on my little beauty desk, aka vanity, and now it has. So let's start with some primer. I know that I've made a kind of a big deal in the last few weeks about having a pretty limited selection of makeup to work with because my skin's misbehaving, and at some point in the last week I just decided I didn't care anymore. So I haven't used this primer yet, but it's like there seems to be no correlation that I can see between like me sticking to the skin diet, which I'm not required to stick to anymore, and how my skin is behaving. So just gonna do what I want. I mean, a couple days after I stopped following the skin diet, my skin looked better than it had in literal months, and I don't have a good explanation for that. So, primer on. Now I'm going to add some brows. I'm just using my e.l.f. brow pencil. So, just filling those in real quick. I haven't actually figured out what kind of eye look I'm going to do today. Maybe I should have thought through that before I sat down, but you know, I figured I have the time today to get ready in a leisurely manner because it's after work and I don't have anything to do this evening. So yeah, figured why not just take my time, play it by ear, figure out things on the go. So we're starting with some eyeshadow primer. I don't think I'm going to do any more base makeup today because I'm just not feeling it. And I think my skin is actually looking pretty clear. The only area that's messed up is right here, I think because I probably don't put sunscreen there. I would like to think that I remember to put sunscreen in that area, but I probably miss it. So it's not looking great, but everything else is fine. I had to take a break there because absolute piles of stuff were getting in the way. But I think I was just saying that I was going to set down my eyeshadow primer, so I'm going to use this lightest shade from this NYX palette. Just go all over the eyeshadow primer, especially up in the crease, because that's where I especially want things to blend nicely. And any amount of stickiness in that area is not going to help me. Okay, so now we get to move on to the actual Pan Those Eyeshadows. So here is the palette that I will be working with. I have I think it's coming off as black, but it's actually a not even deep green. It's like a true forest green sweater on today. So I think I want to keep with something a little bit on the warmer side because I also want to go with a warm lip. So let's start actually, because I really do want to move this orange out in the next update. Let's start with a little bit of that in my crease. Just a little bit, and let's mix in a little bit of this brown because I don't actually like orange that much. I just understand that it can be helpful for a super warm toned fall look to have a little touch of pumpkin spice in it. Which, can the world just get over pumpkin spice? Like, I know that people are allowed to like things that I don't, but I just don't understand at all. Like, I like pumpkin pie. I like pumpkin muffins. Try to add pumpkin flavoring to pretty much anything else, and I'm not on board. Okay. We should all be apple cider girls instead of pumpkin spice latte girls. That's just my opinion. All right, so I have a crease, kind of. I don't think it's very even. I feel like it's... Now it is. It was ending a lot lower on this side than the other. Let's figure out what to do with the lid now. So I think that the shades that are actually in my Those eyeshadows are 1, 2, 3, which we've already used, 4, and then 5 is this salted caramel shade. I'm definitely going to use that probably in my inner corner, but let's go with this bronze shade from Visear over my lid. I feel like that always makes my eye look a little bit irritated, even though it does do a nice job of bringing out the green in my eyes. I think to minimize that effect, I'm going to need to add some eyeliner, but I was going to add some eyeliner anyway. I just went into the ColourPop shade instead, which is this rose gold. It's a little bit lighter and a little bit more pink, but whatever. Just apply it in the same area. Get a use on both. Why not? Okay. So I want something to deepen up my outer corner. And for that, I'm out of practice. What kind of brush do I usually use for this? It doesn't matter. We're going to use this brush. Why not? I'm pretty sure this is a concealer brush, but it's fine. I'm going to go into this deep brown from Visear and just deepen up the outer corner with that. There's the pigment. The nice thing about these Visear shades, which is also their downfall, is that they're very buildable, which sometimes means that I feel like I go into them and I'm not getting any color whatsoever. However, they do blend out so easily, and I can, with enough time and enough patience, build them up to whatever level of intensity I want. So, it's really not much of a downfall at all. I'm just being dramatic. Okay. And then with that same brush, I'm going to go into the Sydney Grace shadow again. I'm going to run that along my lower lash line. Make the stupidest face while I do it, because of course. Okay, so I like where that is at overall. I feel like I don't have enough dimension, which hopefully salted caramel will help with, so let's take that on my finger. Actually, I feel like there's a little less fallout with it that way. And get it in my inner corner. And then over, I don't know, the inner 2/3 of my lid, but keeping it really close to the lash line. Well, I'm glad I was so precise on the rest of that, because I just got glitter in my under eye, on my under eye. Anyway, I think it looks good as is. I think there is some dimension to my eye, though probably not quite as much as I want. I don't know. Let's put on some eyeliner and then we'll see where we're at. I feel like my perspective may change with some eyeliner. So the one that I'm using today is from the Balm. This is the Mr. Right Now in Seymour Romance, which is like this deep, plummy, raisiny shade. I think I'm going to use the heck out of it this fall because I feel like this is just the right kind of color for this time of year. And it's not too harsh. Sometimes I feel like black is a little bit harsh for my coloring. It looks just very graphic a lot of the time, but this deep purple, a little bit easier to work with, I think. And I'm going to put it in my waterline too. You know, I actually really like where the whole eye look is at. So I will add some mascara, work on figuring out the rest of my face, and I will be back when I have that so that I'm not, just knocking things over while I'm trying to film. Alright, I think I have things figured out, but as always, subject to change. I think we're going to start with some of this Purely's Blush Glow BB Cheek Color. Quite the name on this product. And this is not super pigmented, so I'm not going to be too worried about applying a lot of it. And I'm going to find, this is actually a foundation brush, but I really like using foundation brushes for these cream and liquid blushes. I find that it really is an easy way to buff them in because, it's a brush that was specifically designed to buff product in. So there is that. Let's add just a little bit more because I almost feel like it's showing up better on camera than it is in person. This really is not a pigmented product, as I'm sure you can tell at this point. I don't know if the other shades in this line perform similarly. This is the lightest color that they have, and there are definitely some really bold looking ones. I'd be kind of interested to try those because, this one is so workable even on my quite fair skin tone that I feel like they might, even some of the brighter or deeper, just generally bolder ones, might also be pretty approachable for me. So to set down that liquid blush, as well as just to add a little bit of additional color, I'm going to go into this Pacifica Duo. Just put a little bit on right on the apple of my cheeks and across the bridge of my nose, because I'm not quite ready to give up that e-girl fantasy yet. And you know what, while we are here, might as well put on a little bit of this highlighter. Really sticking that in a pretty small area, just right here on my cheekbone. I don't need a lot of glow, I just want a little bit more dimension. And then, speaking of dimension, I have this Art Class contour powder, and this is really more of a bronzer for me. It's a little bit too warm to be a really great contour, but I still use it as one anyway, because, why not? I'm going to put that very lightly in the hollows of my cheeks, or at least where the hollows of my cheeks would be if I hadn't been in a committed relationship with Ben & Jerry's recently. And under my jaw. Okay, I'm liking where all of that is at. Now for some lip color. I think we're going to start out with lip balm, this EOS one. Because the lipstick that I pulled is a little bit on the dry side. This is the Jason Wu Apple Pie. It's actually like their 3-in-1. It's a lip, eye, and cheek product, but I'm just using it on my lips today. It's sort of a similar finish to like the MAC Powder Kiss. So it's definitely something that with my really dry lips, I want to have some kind of lip balm underneath. You know, I like that color, but I don't think it really is working with the look overall. So let's see what this Too Faced gloss will do to just adjust it. I feel like it could use a little bit more brown to go with the rest of the look. Hopefully, this Too Faced gloss does not cause me terrible pain. Because like you put this on bare lips and it's like at that point, just get actual lip filler, because that will only hurt for like a day when it gets applied. I've never actually had lip filler, so I'm just kind of talking here, but I'm pretty sure what I've heard is that it hurts just as when it's being applied and when it gets dissolved. This will hurt every single time you apply it. But I guess pain is beauty, because I'm really happy with how that lip turned out. It does hurt like crazy though. So I don't know how long I'm actually going to last with this lip on. Hopefully the tingling will calm down in a couple of minutes and I'll at least be able to film another video with this look. But thank you so much for watching. I hope you like how the look turned out. I actually really do. I'm not quite ready for true fall vibes yet. However, you know, I am wearing a turtleneck. I have my pumpkin spice makeup on, and it's cold and dreary today, so I guess I'm about as ready as I can be. Thank you again for watching. Please consider liking and subscribing if you enjoyed, and I hope we'll see you in the next one. Bye!